Baruch haba, and welcome to another Torah portion reading. Not sure if you can hear it, but we are having flooding in Middle Tennessee right now as I'm recording this a couple of weeks before this Torah portion actually comes. But anyway, enjoy the sound of the rain and the thunder if you can hear it. But we will begin this Torah portion reading. It's called Tzav, or command. And it is Leviticus 6:8 through 8:36. Tzav is spelled like this, Tzav, and it is for the word command. And we'll begin. In this Torah portion right here at the beginning, we have a tittle, which is a small mem in the word for mokdah, which, my battery's getting low, which is translated as hearth in this Torah portion. But I looked it up, and that's where it comes from. Then YHVH spoke to Moshe, saying, Tzav, or command Aaron and his sons, saying, this is the law, or the Torah, of the burnt offering, also known as the olah. The burnt offering shall be on the hearth upon the altar all night until morning, and the fire of the altar shall be kept burning on it. And the priest shall put on his linen garment, and his linen trousers he shall put on his body, and take up the ashes of the burnt offering which the fire has consumed on the altar, and he shall put them beside the altar. Then he shall take off his garments, put on the other garments, and carry the ashes outside the camp to a clean place. And the fire on the altar shall be kept burning on it. It shall not be put out. And the priest shall burn wood on it every morning, and lay the burnt offering in order on it. And he shall burn on it the fat of the peace offerings. A fire shall always be burning on the altar. It shall never go out. This is the Torah, or the law of the grain offering. The sons of Aaron shall offer it on the altar before YHVH. He shall take from it his handful of the fine flour of the grain offering with its oil, and olive and tav, all the frankincense which is on the grain offering, and shall burn it on the altar for a sweet aroma, as a memorial to YHVH. And the remainder of it Aaron and his sons shall eat. With unleavened bread it shall be eaten in a holy place. In the court of the tabernacle of meeting they shall eat it. It shall not be baked with leaven. I have given it as their portion of my offerings made by fire. It is most holy. It is most holy. Kodesh, Kadashim, He. We're going to see that several times in this portion. Like the sin offering and the trespass offering, all the males among the children of Aaron may eat it. It shall be a statute forever in your generations concerning the offerings made by fire to YHVH. Everyone who touches them must be, or literally will become, holy. And YHVH spoke to Moshe, saying, this is the offering of Aaron and his sons, which they shall offer to YHVH. On the day when he is anointed, 1/10 of an ephah of fine flour as a grain offering, half of it in the morning, and half of it at night. It shall be made in a pan with oil. When it is mixed, you shall bring it in. The baked pieces of the grain offering you shall offer, a sweet aroma to YHVH. The priest from among his sons, who is anointed in his place, shall offer it. It is a statute forever to YHVH. It shall be wholly burned. For every grain offering for the priest shall be wholly burned. It shall not be eaten. Also YHVH spoke to Moshe, saying, speak to Aaron and to his sons, saying, this is the law or the Torah of the sin offering. In the place where the burnt offering is killed, the sin offering shall be killed before YHVH. It is most holy. Kodesh Kadashim he. The priest who offers it for sin shall eat it. In a holy place it shall be eaten, in the court of the tabernacle of meeting. Everyone who touches its flesh must be holy, and when its blood is sprinkled on any garment, you shall wash that on which it was sprinkled, in a holy place. But the earthen vessel in which it is boiled shall be broken, and if it is boiled in a bronze pot, it shall be both scoured and rinsed in water. All the males among the priests may eat it. It is most holy. Kodesh Kadashim he. But no sin offering from which any of the blood is brought into the tabernacle of meeting to make atonement in the holy place shall be eaten. It shall be burned in the fire. Chapter 7. Likewise, this is the Torah of the trespass offering. Kodesh Kadashim he, or who. This one is masculine. It is most holy. In the place where they killed the burnt offering, they shall kill the trespass offering. And his blood shall be sprinkled all around on the altar, and he shall offer from olive and Tzav all its fat, the olive and Tzav fat tail, and the fat that covers the entrails, the olive and Tzav 2 kidneys, and the fat that is on them by the flanks, and the fatty lobe attached to the liver above the kidneys he shall remove. And the priest shall burn them on the altar as an offering made by fire to YHVH. It is a trespass offering. Every male among the priests may eat it. It shall be eaten in a holy place. Kodesh Kadashim hu. It is most holy. The trespass offering is like the sin offering. There is one law for them both. There's one Torah for them both. The priest who makes atonement with it shall have it, and the priest who offers anyone's burnt offering, that priest shall have for himself the skin of the burnt offering which he has offered. Also every grain offering that is baked in the oven, and all that is prepared in the covered pan or in a pan, shall be the priest's who offers it. Every grain offering, whether mixed with oil or dry, shall belong to all the sons of Aaron, to one as much as the other. This is the Torah of the sacrifice of peace offerings, which he shall offer to YHVH. If he offers it for a thanksgiving, then he shall offer with the sacrifice of thanksgiving unleavened cakes mixed with oil, unleavened wafers anointed with oil, or cakes of blended flour mixed with oil. Besides the cakes, as his offering, he shall offer leavened bread with the sacrifice of thanksgiving of his peace offering, and from it he shall offer 1 cake from each offering as a heave offering to YHVH. It shall belong to the priest who sprinkles the blood of the peace offering. The flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offering for thanksgiving shall be eaten the same day it is offered. He shall not leave any of it until morning. But if the sacrifice of his offering is a vow or a voluntary offering, it shall be eaten the same day that he offers his sacrifice. But on the next day, the remainder of it also may be eaten. The remainder of the flesh of the sacrifice on the 3rd day must be burned with fire. And if any of the flesh of the sacrifice of his peace offering is eaten at all on the 3rd day, it shall not be accepted, nor shall it be imputed to him. It shall be an abomination to him who offers it, and the person who eats of it shall bear guilt. The flesh that touches any unclean thing shall not be eaten. It shall be burned with fire. And as for the flesh, all who are clean may eat of it. But the person who eats the flesh of the sacrifice of the peace offering of YHVH while he is unclean, that person shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, the person who touches any unclean thing, as human uncleanness, an unclean animal, or any abominable unclean thing, and who eats the flesh of the sacrifice of the peace offering of YHVH, that person shall be cut off from his people. And YHVH spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, You shall not eat any fat of oxen, or sheep, or goat, and the fat of an animal that dies, and the fat of what is torn by wild beasts may be used in any other way, but you shall by no means eat it. For whoever eats the fat of the animal of which men offer an offering made by fire to YHVH, the person who eats it shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, you shall not eat any blood in any of your dwellings, whether bird or beast. Whoever eats any blood, that person shall be cut off from his people. Then YHVH spoke to Moshe, saying, Speak to the children of Israel, saying, He who offers the sacrifice of his peace offering to YHVH shall bring his offering to YHVH from the sacrifice of his peace offering. His own hands shall bring the offerings made by aloud fire to YHVH. The fat with the breast he shall bring, that the aloud breast may be waved as a wave offering before YHVH. And the priest shall burn the fat on the altar, but the breast shall be Aaron's and his sons. The aloud right thigh you shall give to the priest as a heave offering from the sacrifices of your peace offerings. He among the sons of Aaron, who offers the blood of the peace offering, and the fat shall have the right thigh for his part. For the breast of the wave offering, the aloud thigh of the heave offering, I have taken from the children of Israel from the sacrifices of their peace offerings, and I have given them to Aaron the priest and to his sons from the children of Israel by statute forever. This is the consecrated portion for Aaron and his sons, from the offerings made by fire to YHVH on the day when Moshe presented them to minister to YHVH's priests. YHVH commanded this to be given to them by the children of Israel on the day that he anointed them, by a statute forever throughout their generations. This is the Torah of the burnt offering, the grain offering, the sin offering, the trespass offering, the consecrations, and the sacrifice of the peace offering, which YHVH commanded Moshe on Mount Sinai on the day when he commanded the children of Israel to offer their offerings to YHVH in the wilderness of Sinai. Chapter 8. And YHVH spoke to Moshe, saying, Take Aaron and his sons with him, and the garments, the anointing oil, the bull as a sin offering, 2 rams, and a basket of unleavened bread, and gather all the congregation together at the door of the tabernacle of meeting. So Moshe did as YHVH commanded him, and the congregation was gathered together at the door of the tabernacle of meeting. And Moshe said to the congregation, This is what YHVH commanded to be done. Then Moshe brought Aaron and his sons, and washed them with water. And he put the tunic on him, girded him with the sash, clothed him with the robe, and put the ephod on him. And he girded him with the intricately woven band of the ephod, and with it tied on him. Then he put the breastplate on him, and he put the Urim and the Thummim in the breastplate. And he put the turban on his head, also on the turban on his front he put the aloud golden plate, the holy crown, as YHVH had commanded Moshe. Also Moshe took the anointing oil, and anointed the tabernacle and all that was in it, and consecrated them. He sprinkled some of it on the altar 7 times, anointed the altar and all its utensils, and the laver and its base, to consecrate them. And he poured some of the anointing oil on Aaron's head and anointed him, to consecrate him. Then Moshe brought Aaron's sons and put tunics on them, girded them with sashes, and put hats on them, as YHVH had commanded Moshe. And he brought olive and Tzav the bull for the sin offering. Then Aaron and his sons laid their hands on the head of the bull for the sin offering, and Moshe killed it. Then he took the blood and put some on the horns of the altar all around with his finger, and purified the altar. And he poured the blood at the base of the altar and consecrated it to make atonement for it. Then he took all the fat that was on the entrails, the fatty lobe on the liver, and the two kidneys with their fat, and Moshe burned them on the altar. But the bull, its hide, its flesh, and its offal he burned with fire outside the camp, as YHVH had commanded Moshe. Then he brought the olive and Tzav ram as the burnt olah offering, and Aaron and his sons laid their hands on the head of the ram, and Moshe killed it. Then he sprinkled the blood all around on the altar, and he cut the ram into pieces. And Moshe burned the head, the pieces, and the fat. Then he washed the entrails and the legs in water, and Moshe burned the whole ram on the altar. It was a burnt sacrifice for a sweet aroma, an offering made by fire to YHVH, as YHVH had commanded Moshe. And he brought the second ram, the ram of consecration. Then Aaron and his sons laid their hands on the head of the ram, and Moshe killed it. Also he took some of its blood and put it on the tip of Aaron's right ear, on the thumb of his right hand, and on the big toe of his right foot. Then he brought Aaron's sons, and Moshe put some of the blood on the tips of their right ears, on the thumbs of their right hands, and on the big toes of their right feet. And Moshe sprinkled the blood all around on the altar. Then he took the fat and the fat tail, all the fat that was on the entrails, the fatty lobe attached to the liver, the two kidneys, and their fat, and the right thigh. And from the basket of unleavened bread that was before YHVH, he took one unleavened cake, a cake of bread with oil, and one wafer, and put them on the fat and on the right thigh. And he put all these in Aaron's hands and in his sons' hands, and waved them as a wave offering before YHVH. Then Moshe took them from their hands and burned them on the altar, on the burnt offering. They were consecration offerings for a sweet aroma. That was an offering made by fire to YHVH. And Moshe took the breast and waved it as a wave offering before YHVH. It was Moses' part of the ram of consecration, as YHVH had commanded Moshe. Then Moshe took some of the anointing oil and some of the blood which was on the altar, and sprinkled it on Aaron, on his garments, on his sons, and on the garments of his sons with him. And he consecrated Aaron, his garments, his sons, and the garments of his sons with him. And Moshe said to Aaron and his sons, Boil the flesh at the door of the tabernacle of meeting, and eat it there with the bread that is in the basket of consecration offerings, as I commanded, saying, Aaron and his sons shall eat it. What remains of the flesh of the bread you shall burn with fire. Of the flesh and of the bread you shall burn with fire. And you shall not go outside the door of the tabernacle of meeting for 7 days, until the days of your consecration are ended. For 7 days he shall consecrate you, as he has done this day. So YHVH has commanded to do, to make atonement for you. Therefore you shall stay at the door of the tabernacle of meeting, day and night for 7 days, and keep the charge of YHVH, so that you may not die. For so I have been commanded. So Aaron and his sons did olive and Tzav all the words that YHVH had commanded, by the hand of Moshe. Aleph and Tav is all the words. The Haftorah portion is Jeremiah 7:21 through 8:3, plus chapter 9, verse 23 and 24. A Haftorah portion. Thank you for joining us, and the parakeets did very good. They didn't hardly make any noise. All right, Shavua Tov. Have a blessed week.